have is this. It's this who's who in Eastern and Central Europe, 1933, the directory, and it just gives this address. And
they have residence. Excuse me. They just have a look. They were too frightened.
Yeah, a bit frightened. Well, people are people, you know.
People are people. So yeah, no, I did ask Wojtek. Yeah, because I knew that his grandparents, the Pawłowskis, lived on that Lwow Tolstowa, and he told me, he said, no, we used to live in this street. So, I mean, my father was born in 1926, so I guess when they moved, he was still quite young. He was maybe they moved in order to look after my great grandparents when they were getting old, and I mean, the other house, you've seen the house there.
At Lwow Tolstoy. Maybe we'll find one more day to go to Lwow Tolstoy and the next time, whenever you could. It's another story and a different neighborhood. And just a few spots. Well, it's really to have like a talk with you two, and well, probably with me too. Between three of us, let's say. But
interesting to discover.
Yeah, Lwow Tolstoy building is also like a high end, like people were on a high social pitch, and but it's a multi apartment building, not a villa, and as I understand, Pawłowskis lived there since long time. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I know that Antoni Pawłowski, he was the founder of this Academy of Foreign Trade. So that started in 1922, according to what I could find out. So and he came here in 1901 from Czernivtsi. I know that. So sometime, I presume, when he became the rector of this academy, he would have been at some point after that in a position to buy this house.
You see, Pawłowski was Polish.
He was Polish, yes.
Czernivtsi is not that Polish type of a city. Were the Polish residents of Czernivtsi since old times, or they came to Czernivtsi also from somewhere else?
Well, I asked I found a long lost cousin in Czernivtsi, Edvard, and I asked him, and he sent me any photographs he had, and he even had a family tree going back a bit. So I asked him, okay, who are we? And well, he said, well, we're sort of mixed. His great grandmother was the sister of my great grandfather. So there seems to be Polish. Well, my grandmother and her parents seem to speak Polish as their first language, and I have the grave of my great grandfather in Czernivtsi. He sent a photograph of it, and it's all in Polish. So I presume they considered themselves Polish, but Edvard told me, well, I think before that there's Austrian and...
Yeah, that's clear. So there were just Poles who lived in Bukowina since old times. Because Poles lived here since times of Kazimir the Third, whatever. In Bukowina, the Polish community is not that old. That's why I'm asking. It's an interesting aspect, since they're kind of natives of Czernowitz, not of Lviv, Lwow, whatever it's called. Okay, an interesting story. And Pawłowski is buried at Lechakov Cemetery, right in the center. Last time we've been there, we found several graves of Jonathan's family. Pawłowski grave is sort of easy to find. If you would like to join us for a tour of this cemetery,
I'd like to visit my ancestors.
This will be. We've been with Tatiana a few times at Lechakov Cemetery, and it's a treasure. And I have discovered the grave of Jan Lewinsky. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't know about Jan.
Maybe yes. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there's so many. It's been some time ago. Anyway, and also that there are several more graves of your family at Lechakov.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I found long lost relations a few years ago, just before my father died. So I found Edvard in Czernivtsi, and then another cousin, Agnieszka, in Warsaw. So she told me when you go to the Likochów Cemetery, go and visit our other cousins, the Wazowskis. And I think that the Wazowskis had a chemist shop, a pharmacy, somewhere near here.
Wazowski?
Wazowski.
Probably there was a pharmacy somewhere in the beginning of the street. I'm not 100% sure.